Now that we understand the revolve tool, let's try something quite different. Again, an effect that we can use in Illustrator to make an extrusion, which basically means making a 3D form just by stretching out the shapes. So we need to open our first file. We need just to rename this, do a save as, and this time rather than glasswork, just name it ceramic. And I've already got one with the same name, so I'll just number this. You can put your name to that. Okay, we can now just remove or get rid of the stuff on artboards 2 and 3. Select them, delete them, and we're just going to hide the bottom black layer. Okay, so we've got our initial beginning point, our shapes. We're going to just take that, copy it, click on the artboard number 2, double click, then go Command 0, which makes it as large as you can without losing any of the boundaries of the format, and Command V. Okay, what we have to do first, because with the extrusion and the style of Sottsass's ceramics, they're more or less one whole complex form, a single color and a single object. So we're going to use the Pathfinder tool just to combine all these shapes. So we need to actually now make one shape overlap with the next. Just making sure that they're all outlines. They are. There's no fill, there's just stroke applied. And we're just going to take one at a time and slightly overlap it with the one above. Remember, chunky moves are with the shift key. I can lower that a little bit further maybe. That's it. It doesn't have to overlap very much, just overlap a little. If you don't overlap them at all, unification of these shapes will not work. We select everything, then go to Pathfinder. There we go, Pathfinder is there, or if it's already open in your right hand side palette, it's this little symbol here. And Pathfinder gives you a whole range of things you can do with 2 or more shapes. You can unite them, you can take away the front from the back or the back from the front. What we want to do is use this first tool, which is to unify or bring together all these shapes into one. And there we have it. Now that we have our single form, we can apply the extrusion tool or the extrusion effect. Firstly, let's give our vase a color, but before we do, we need to take away the top line. So we need to go to the very, very top. If I zoom in, you can see what I'm doing. Yoicks. We go, let's just wait until the anchor appears. Click on that with the scissors and get the other side, click on that with the scissors, and then you can just go delete. You do it twice, it deletes the first anchor point, second time deletes the second anchor point. So if we zoom back out again, you should have something like that. Alrighty. Now, we need to give all this a color. So there's no fill and there's a black stroke. I'd like just to give it one color. So I'm going to go with an orange fill, go to the stroke, put the stroke on top of the fill, go back to my swatches and choose the same swatch again, orange. So I have a stroke. The stroke will be the side, the fill will be the front. So select my shape again, go to Effect, 3D. This time we're going to Extrude and Bevel, and click on Preview, and there we have the extrusion with a default extrusion depth of 50 point. We want to change that to say, oh, maybe not 3, maybe 300 would do us. And we need to change the orientation or the position into isometric left. There we go. Ooh, maybe 300 is too deep. That's better. Now we've got the initial work done. Let's modify a few things. Blend steps, let's increase that to 50. So the gradations of tone and color value more gradual. Now we can play with the lighting effects. I'm just going to drag this spot to the front. That's it, I think. That looks all right. And okay, click off it. So we have our extrusion. Very easy, very fast, and pretty profesh. Alrighty, we now want to make a copy of that because we are going to expand its appearance. Command C, double click on artboard number 3, Command 0, and Command V. There we go. Let's go now to now. Don't do the next thing until you're actually happy with your lighting and your color and all that business. Once you're happy with all that, then we go to the object expand appearance, and we've now converted all of this effect into regular vectors. What we want to do is ungroup it, and you have to do this twice at least. Just click, ungroup it again, and what I'm going to do is, because we can't see the hollow, we have to remove that lid. Go to the pen tool with a minus on it. Selected it. I should say I've selected that. Let's try that again. Oops, wrong one. So get rid of the back one. Then I go to my white selection arrow or the direct selection tool, click on that anchor point and just drag it straight, and I can just finesse a little bit. There we go, it's nice and straight. There's no, if I zoom in, you'll see what I mean. I've maybe gone too far. See how the line breaks as soon as you've gone away from the perfectly perpendicular, and maybe I can move that a little further in as well. Okay, and that's it. Command 0 and bring back, go back to layer and make that visible again, and there we have our extrusion, beautifully contrasted with a black ground. Save this as a PDF and upload for printing.